All right, let's dive in. Today, we're going digital. We're talking software, the kind that's changing how we build things.
Yeah, think of it as like a toolbox, but instead of hammers and screwdrivers, it's all ones and zeros.
Exactly. And we're pulling our insights from this Gold Seal training series document. It's all about, the business skills you need for certification.
And what's interesting is the software skills, they're not just like a nice to have anymore, they're a core competency now.
So it's not enough to know how to, swing a hammer. You need to know how to manage the whole building process using tech.
Right. It's because these digital tools, they actually impact, how smoothly projects run and ultimately how successful they are.
Makes sense. And the document breaks down the software into, well, categories. So we're not talking about mastering every single program.
Oh, no, it's more about understanding, the different types of tools out there, what they do, how they fit into the bigger picture.
Gotcha. So let's jump into those categories. One that really stands out is project scheduling and management. And we're talking about software like Microsoft Project, Primavera P6, maybe Procore.
Yeah, you'll hear those names a lot on job sites these days. But it's not just about, setting timelines. These programs, they help you keep projects on track. They make sure you're aligned with contracts.
Okay, so let's get specific. Let's say I'm working on a project using a CCDC2 contract. That's pretty standard in Canada, right?
Yeah, for those who don't know, CCDC contracts are the standard forms used in, well, Canadian construction projects. They basically lay out the rules of the game.
Right. So how do these scheduling programs actually, impact that contract and the project itself?
Well, they help you stick to the specific obligations in the CCDC too. It's about preventing those, costly delays and disputes that can come up.
So smoother sailing for everyone. I like it. Now, the document also talks about cost estimation software. Things like Sage Estimating, Heavy Bid, ProEst. What are we looking at here?
This is where things get really interesting, especially, with the rise of different project delivery methods. Like when
Mm.
you're working on a design build project, which uses a CCBC 14 contract,
Right, right.
having software that can, keep up with design changes and update your cost estimates on the fly, that's crucial.
So no budget surprises.
Exactly. These tools help you create, precise estimates. They're adaptable no matter what kind of contract you're using.
That's good to know. But what about keeping everyone like informed throughout the project? I imagine it gets complicated with so many moving parts.
Absolutely. And that's where collaboration and document management platforms
Mm.
come in. We're talking about systems like Autodesk Construction Cloud, Bluebeam, or BIM 360.
Okay, I've heard of some of those. But how do they actually help?
Well, they streamline communication, but beyond that, they help make sure everyone's following industry standards for documentation.
So it's not just about, efficiency. It's also about like risk management, avoiding legal headaches.
Exactly. It's about peace of mind, really. Now let's move on to BIM and design software. Things like Revit, Navisworks, Tekla.
All right, so we're talking about the fancy 3D modeling stuff, right?
More than that, they're changing, the whole approach to design and construction.
I've heard the term clash detection thrown around with BIM. What's that all about?
Imagine being able to spot, like, a pipe going through a beam virtually before you even break ground. That's clash detection. It saves you a ton of headaches.
Wow, that's pretty amazing. It's like a safety net for your design. And speaking of safety, the document also talks about software for that too, right?
Of course, safety's paramount. And these days, tools like eCompliance, SiteDocs, or iAuditor, they're becoming, essential.
So we're moving away from the old paper checklists and binders full of safety documents.
We are, and it's a good thing. These tools help, keep everyone accountable, and it makes things more transparent, which contributes to a safer work environment.
Right, right. Now, the last category in this document is reporting and analytics software. Power BI and Tableau are a couple of examples.
Yeah.
Is this just about like crunching numbers?
It's more about turning data into, insights that you can actually use. You can track things like productivity, budget variance, even safety incidents.
So it's not just about, looking at what happened, but about using that data to make better decisions moving forward.
Exactly. And that's the power of software in construction these days. It helps us work smarter, not just harder.
It sounds like this document is really pushing for like a mindset of continuous learning. always adapting to the new tech.
It is, and that's especially important for those aiming for Gold Seal certification, because being proficient with these tools, it shows you're committed to, professional excellence.
To staying ahead of the curve. So I'm curious, what software tools are you most interested in, maybe exploring further? Did something we talked about today pique your interest? Or maybe there's a tool out there that's, specific to your area of construction. Whatever it is, remember, investing in your digital skills is like, laying a stronger foundation for your career.